So, hi Peter, welcome to our ongoing KP astrology class. I think this would be lesson number 13.
Correct, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and today's topic is progeny, childbirth. Okay. We've done marriage, we've done longevity, we've done the general rules of KP, all that, all those concepts we understood. So today is another pressing problem, is childbirth,
Mhm.
especially these days. I mean, problems, I don't know, somehow I find problems increasing as compared to the past.
Yeah.
So, without wasting further time, okay, we'll just go to screen share and tell me when it appears on your screen.
Yeah, it's come up, sir. Yeah, it's come up.
It's come up. Okay.
Yeah.
So, these are the general rules. Okay. Progeny, childbirth, right up.
Mhm.
So, for childbirth, oblique progeny, the principal cusp is the fifth cusp. Okay. Fifth cusp of the wife. Fifth cusp of the wife.
Mhm.
The promise of childbirth is checked from the signification of the sublord of the fifth cusp.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sublord of the fifth cusp will give you, tell you everything about childbirth. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If the fifth cuspal sublord has connections with the 11th and or second, fifth, childbirth is promised. Okay. So if the fifth cusp is connected with 2, 5, or 11, then childbirth is promised. Like, in marriage, it is 2, 7, 11. So for childbirth, it is 2, 5, and 11. Okay. If the fifth cuspal sublord is connected both with the childbirth house and also with the negating house, that is 1, 4, and 10. Negating to 2, 5, and 11 will be 1, 4, and 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
There may be difficulties or delay in childbirth. Okay. If the fifth cuspal sublord is connected only with the negating houses, childbirth could be denied. Okay. Connection of the fifth cuspal sublord or significators for progeny with barren signs. Barren signs are Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Virgo.
Uh-huh.
Okay, is not good, and complications or denial may be there. Okay, so you have to remember the barren signs: Aries, Gemini, Leo, and Virgo. They are the barren signs. Okay. Conception, number 5. Conception or delivery will generally take place in the combined dashas of 2, 5, 11. At times, 2 may be absent. Okay, at times 2 may be absent. Okay. If Ketu appears as fifth cuspal sublord or is intimately connected as a significator, chances of miscarriage oblique abortions are always there, as Ketu is known as the abortive planet and the planet of miseries.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If the, if the husband's horoscope is presented for analysis, judge the cuspal sublord of the 11th cusp. Why? There's a reason for it. Can you tell me why?
We switch the location of the
Because
chart.
in your chart, the 7th house represents your wife.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So the 5th from the 7th
The wife of the son of the wife.
Yeah. So if your chart, if a male chart of the husband chart is given to you for analysis of childbirth, then the main cuspal sublot becomes the 11th cuspal sublot.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if the husband, point number 7, if the husband's horoscope is presented for analysis, judge the cuspal sublot of the 11th cusp, as it is the 5th cusp of the wife. 11th cusp, if you count, is the 5th cusp from the 7th, which is the cusp of the spouse in any horoscope. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Don't dismiss the horoscope as no progeny unless and until you find the 5th cusp signifying only the 4th cusp
Mhm.
without any significations connections with 2 or 11. Second may not be that important, but 11th is important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If connections are there with 8th house, 12th house, Mars, Ketu, Rahu, chances of complications, surgery, C-section cannot be ruled out, as Mars is Karaka for surgeries and 12th cusp is the house for hospitalization.
Yes, sir.
The 6th house connection is also not good, is not a good sign, as it may indicate connections with other diseases also.
Mhm.
Okay. Number 10, absence oblique connections of the second house with the 5th cusp, important, okay, with the 5th cusp, does not rule out childbirth. In such cases, the child may be an illegitimate child,
Okay.
okay, as the absence of the second cusp rules out addition of a member to one's family. Okay, 2 is addition of member to one's family,
Yes, sir.
but the offspring need not necessarily be a member of the family. It could be an illegitimate child also.
Yeah.
So absence oblique connections of the second house with 5th cusp does not rule out childbirth. In such cases, the child may be an illegitimate child, as the absence of the second cusp rules out addition of a member to one's family, which is not there legally speaking of the if the child is illegitimate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In such cases, connection with 8th and 12th house indicates loss of reputation or scandalous circumstances. Okay.
Yep.
Now you will not find this in any book. Okay. You will not find it in any book, or maybe nobody will tell you, but
Yes, sir.
this is out of my own experience. Okay.
Yep.
So connection of Neptune, Pluto, Uranus is not considered good. I have taken this from somewhere. I don't know. I have not gone into it. Okay, I don't consider these planets also. But anyway, I have taken it since I found it somewhere.
Yeah.
Connection of Neptune, Pluto, Uranus is not considered good. Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Sun appearing as the main significators indicate complication-free childbirth, as opposed to Ketu, Mars, Rahu, Saturn becoming significators. Okay. Ketu, Mars, Rahu, Saturn invariably might, reflect some complications, whereas Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Sun, you know, complication free
Yep.
delivery.
Yep.
Male issues are indicated by combination of male planets, especially the Putra Karaka, Jupiter and Sun. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This we've done in Vedic also. Okay. So it's plain and simple. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. Understood now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I'll take
Yes,
up a
sir.
case.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Can you see this?
Yes, sir. Come up. Denial.
Okay, denial of progeny.
Yeah.
Okay. Fifth cusp sublord is Venus. Okay.
Yep.
It is untenanted and is also the cuspal sublord of the fourth and the 10th cusp.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Both unfavorable for progeny.
Okay.
Okay. Venus is also the cuspal sublord of 11th. Okay. While 5th and 11th are favorable for progeny, 4th and 10th are the denying houses.
Yep.
Okay. Venus can thus give as well as deny. Okay. So in such situations, we have to depend on the verdict of the sublord for taking a call. Okay. Sublord of Venus is Moon.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Moon signifying first, fourth, and sixth very strongly. Okay.
Yep.
First, fourth, and sixth very strongly. You can see from the table. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, all unfavorable.
Yes, sir.
So the sublord of the sublord is denying all unfavorable houses. Sorry, signifying all unfavorable houses. Moon is also the untenanted cuspal sublord of the sixth house.
Okay.
Okay. Fifth house falls in Gemini. Okay. Which is a barren sign, barren Rashi. Okay. The girl was married in 2011 when Jupiter Mahadasha was on and was to last up to August 2014.
Yes,
She was not blessed with a child. Maybe the couple did not try for the first initial years, as is the trend these days. Okay. Okay. In 2014, August, the Mahadasha of Saturn started and will run up to 2033. Although Saturn signifies the fifth house, its sublord is Venus, which we have already discussed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, no progeny till date.
Yeah.
Okay. This is one example.
Yeah, yeah.
Quite straightforward and simple.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll take up one or two cases that we did in Vedic also.
Yes, sir.
Portions, denial, progeny. Let me see. Oh, the same one. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, now this is no progeny.
Yep, abortion.
Fifth, cuspal sublord Ketu and abortions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So no progeny.
Yep.
Fifth cuspal sublord / Ketu and abortions. Okay. Cusps in red represent the wife's chart. Wife's chart. Okay. Wife's chart cusps. This is the husband chart from which we can see wife's chart. Okay. So see here, I have given in the same chart, I put the wife's cusps also.
Yes, sir.
You follow?
Yes, sir. Just rotate the chart.
1 minute. 1 minute. See now. This
Yes,
is
sir.
this. Okay. First house of the husband will become the seventh of the wife.
Yeah.
So I've written 7. Okay, so second becomes 8th, etc., etc., so on and so forth. Okay, this is the horoscope of the husband, which was presented for analysis related to. Acha, one thing before I proceed, you should always try and insist that you would like to see the wife's chart if it
Okay,
is
so
available. If it is not available, then okay, there's nothing much that you can do about it.
okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, so that is more reliable, the wife's chart, due to various reasons. There could be various other reasons, which I told illegitimate child, etc., etc., this, that. So you must insist. But if it is not there, then this is how you have to judge.
Yeah.
This is the horoscope of the husband, which were presented for analysis related to childbirth progeny. His wife had experienced 2 miscarriages, okay, abortions earlier. Let us analyze the chart as to why abortions took place.
Yeah, sir.
Ketu is the 11th cuspal sublord.
Uh-huh.
That is 5th of the wife.
Okay, yeah.
That is 5th of the wife. Ketu signifies the 10th cusp of the wife.
Yep.
Okay, a negating house. And through its sublord Jupiter, it signifies 8th, 10th, 1st, 3rd, 6th of wife. Okay, all negating and 8th, all negating and 8th, and being houses of danger, surgeries, hospitalization, etc.
Yes, sir.
Ketu has no significations for 2nd, 5th, or 11th in the wife's chart. Okay, and being the abortive planet that it is, it resulted in abortions.
Yep.
Other points to be noted are Ketu is in the barren sign Leo, which is the 5th house of the husband and 11th of the wife. Okay, Lord of the 5th house of husband and 11th of the wife, Sun. Okay, Sun is situated in the barren sign Gemini. Okay, Jupiter, the sublord of Ketu. Jupiter, the sublord of Ketu. Why Ketu? Because Ketu is the sublord of the wife's 11th cusp of the husband.
Yep.
That is 5th cusp of the wife. Jupiter, the sublord of Ketu, is also in the barren sign Leo. Okay, now I have told you I have no research in this, but Neptune is exactly on the cuspal point of Leo. Okay, the barren sign. Mars, the planet of surgeries, is in the barren sign Virgo.
Yep. That's why.
So there were, abortions and no childbirth.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay, there's further also. Okay. From the above discussions, okay, now I don't know, I had forgotten. From the above discussions, are we to assume that progeny is not promised? If so, how did the wife conceive? See, now you will only, go through, you will only have abortions if you conceive.
Yes, sir.
Is it not?
Correct.
So, if you look carefully at the cuspal tables, you will see that Ketu is the untenanted sublord of the 11th. That is 5th of the wife. Okay, that we have already discussed. Hence, it signifies both strongly. Hence, conception was not denied. Conception was not denied. The same Ketu also signifies the 12th, 6th of wife, house of disease and hospitalization. Okay. Hence, gave conception and abortion, being the abortive planet, gave abortions as well as was also aided in this by Jupiter, its sublord signifying 2, 4, 7, 12, 8, 10, 1, 6 of wife. Okay, all of which are negating or detrimental. Okay, negating or detrimental. Ketu also represents Sun, which signifies 5th, of the husband and 11th of the wife. at the stellar level, but through its sublord Venus, Sun signifies the fourth of husband and 10th of wife, both denying houses. So overall, Ketu weighs towards denial, oblique problems, etc., etc. Okay, the same chart I have produced here also. Cusp in red represent the wife cusp. It's okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yeah, I see.
Okay, now I'm looking for that chart, which we had done in Vedic. I don't know, maybe in some next class it will come up. Let's see. Now I'm going a bit fast because you know the basic concepts of KP now. Okay, so I'm not stopping, pausing, and basic concept of KP, how a sublord acts. And sublord is the pivotal thing, it is the pivotal thing in KP. Okay, now Peter, see now this is there's something called the Gulbarga theory in KP. Gulbarga is a place in southern India. Nothing to do with progeny. This is a theory. So I just have prepared a write-up. You can try it. It's not always successful. But for shortcut predictions, this is a shortcut predictions in KP.
Yes, sir.
It's interesting. Many astrologers follow this. You can try it. You can first try and test it, and then see what the success rate is. My experience is that 60 to 70% of the time it is successful, but 40% of the times it fails. So Gulbarga theory for shortcut predictions in KP. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rules and stepwise approach. What is the Gulbarga theory? Gulbarga is a place. Okay. It's a city in south of India. So there were two astrologers who, after trying and testing this theory, they came out with this theory, and it has gained popularity. Many, astrologers practice this. Okay, this is a shortcut of KP predictions. It is called.
Yeah.
So the question has to be asked in all seriousness. There are certain rules. In all seriousness, it has to be specific, requiring answers in yes or no. Okay.
Yeah.
Example question: will I get this job? Okay. Yes or no.
Yes, sir.
The answer for this will be in yes or no. The question cannot be followed up by another question like, when will I get this job? No.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When you are applying this theory. Now, stepwise approach. Ask for a horary number between 1 to 249, like for any other horary question. Yes, okay. Sir. Note down the ascendant Rashi Lord, ascendant Star Lord, ascendant Cuspal Sublord of the given horary number. You have noted down. Yep. Find out the RPs for the time and place from where you are judging the question. Okay. The ascendant Star Lord, ascendant Rashi Lord, Moon Star Lord, Moon Rashi Lord, and Day Lord from the instant Prashna chart. Note down. Okay. Now, rules for prediction. You have to note down both the ruling planets as well as whatever I have mentioned. Okay. If the horary number, sublord happens to be the same as the ascendant star lord or moon star lord of the ruling planets, the event will take place. Okay. If the horary number sublord happens to be the same as the ascendant star lord or moon star lord of the ruling planets, the event will take place. Okay. Number 2, if rule number 1 is not satisfied, if rule number 1 is not satisfied, then apply this rule, that is the Rashi Lord, Star Lord, Sublord of the horary number that is first cusp, okay, first cusp, happens to appear as RPs, the event will take place. Okay. If both the rules are satisfied, the event will fructify 100%.
Yes, sir.
If either rule 1 or rule 2 is satisfied, the event will fructify 80 to 90%. If both rules conditions are not satisfied, the event does not fructify.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the rule. You can try it, test it. Okay. Okay. Now look. So Horary question, when will I get a good job?
Yes, sir.
Horary number 94. Place Ranchi. Time 10:56 a.m. Date 4/7/2019.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All these ruling planets, etc., etc., etc. The Horary chart is prepared for 94, and these are, have ruling planets at 10:56 a.m. Okay, ascendant, star lord, etc. I have given, and oh, I don't know where I have worked it out. I have. This is marriage. No, marriage we don't. Horary marriage. No, this is something else. I must have worked it out. 10:56 a.m. for 7:19. I'll see where I have worked it out. Anyway, this is the rule. Okay, this is the Gulbarga theory. You can try it. Don't start doing it professionally from the beginning. You can try it. Suppose you can ask yourself a question, or you can ask your friend to ask, but the question has to be serious, not by way of testing or trying. Okay. Now, if somebody asks you a question, you can work it out through. Suppose when I get a job, say suppose rule number 94 is given here. Okay, he's asked this job. You try and work it out through the rule of 2, 6, 10, and 11 for job, and then you note down the result somewhere, and then you try it through the Gulbarga theory also. Or you apply the rules, and I have worked it out, but I don't know, I have not written it anywhere. I'll have to make an exercise and see what the prediction was. I don't know, I must have written it and forgotten, or it is noted down somewhere. But anyway, this is a very popular theory in KP. Very popular theory in KP. It is also a part of horary astrology, but it's a quick fix solution, you can say. Quick fix. 2-3 astrologers in South India, in Southern India, they still try it, and they say it's very successful. I sort of, only when I don't have time, or somebody wants a very quick answer, I try and resort to this. But I also apply that to whatever the question is. Suppose it is marriage. Will I get married? 2, 7, 11. Will I have a child? Okay, 2, 5, 11. And the Gulbarga theory.
How many percent are accurate, sir?
Sorry.
How many percent are accurate for this one?
Yeah. I told 60 to 70%.
Okay.
Yeah. And if both the rules are satisfied, the success rate is pretty good. It is pretty good, but I don't believe it is 100%. Okay, let's put it that way.
Yes, sir. Okay.
It is successful, but I don't believe it is 100%.
Yes, sir. Okay.
So anyway, this is a deviation from our main this thing. I don't even actually teach this to all students. I'm teaching this to you because this is not 100% proven or anything like that. So okay, so abortions, progeny rules, micro denial of progeny. Okay, now look here.
Yes, sir.
This is another one for denial of progeny.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, now denial of progeny. Now you see, you can rotate a chart also. You must have seen in this True Astrology software, you can rotate a chart also. So this chart, will my wife become a mother? Okay, will my wife become a mother? So this is husband's 11th cusp is also Saturn. Denial of progeny. Rotate chart. See the Saturn, the fifth cuspal sublord. Here I have tried the retrograde theory. Saturn, the fifth cuspal sublord, is retrograde and is in its own sub. Saturn does not signify 2, 5, 11. Okay. Whereas what is the fifth cuspal sublord is Saturn. Okay. You can see from the table it is Saturn. Okay.
Yeah, Saturn.
Now does Saturn does not signify 2, 5, 11. Saturn does not have any connections with 2, 5, 11. Progeny denied even after more than 30 years of marriage. Okay. Husband's 11th cuspal sublord is also Saturn, which is retrograde. Okay.
Where is the table, sir? The stellar level table.
Yeah. Ajay, you want that table? No, I have not put it, but you can see it.
Okay.
You can see it. Now see, there will come a stage that even if you don't have the stellar level table, stellar level table, I'll have to go back, and I don't know why I have not put it.
Yep.
But you can see now. Okay, now let's do it. The chart is rotated. Okay, the seventh cusp has been taken as the ascendant. Okay, seventh cusp has been taken as the ascendant. Okay, now let's see Saturn. What does Saturn without the stellar level table? Let's see what what Saturn signifies. You see, Saturn sublord of Saturn is also Saturn. You can see from the above table.
Yeah.
Let's see. Without that, let us see. Now, okay, now. So this will result in some practice also for you. Saturn. Now, what does Saturn signify? Let's see. Where is Saturn? Saturn is sitting in the 7th house.
7th house, correct.
Okay. Okay. Saturn is in the star of Rahu. Okay.
Rahu.
So where is Rahu sitting? Rahu is sitting in the 3rd house. Okay.
Correct.
Rahu is sitting in the 3rd house. Okay. Saturn owns 6th and 7th house. Saturn owns 6th and 7th house. So Saturn is the lord of the 6th and 7th house. It is sitting in the 7th house. Through its star lord, it signifies the 3rd house.
Okay.
Okay. So Saturn has no connections with, that is Saturn, sublord of the 5th house, has no connections with 2, 5 or 11.
Okay.
2, 5 or 11. So there was no childbirth.
Yep.
And the sublord of Saturn is also Saturn.
Oh, correct. Yeah. How about Saturn?
Sublord of Saturn is also Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is one example where the sublord, one of the rules you remember, no? If the 5th cuspal sublord has no connection with either 2 or 5 or 11, childbirth can be denied. Okay, Peter, I'm forgetting. I think if you go back and see, the Vedic lessons and on astrology that I have taught you, you will find this chart done in South Indian style. Okay, you'll find this chart.
Yep.
Okay, see, I've given the time. Okay, this is a horary chart. So, no, sorry, you will not find it. This is a horary chart. This was when did I do it? 1/11/1994. At 7:35, I was posted there when I was working in a bank in Moradabad. It is a place in Uttar Pradesh. So he was one of my friends who, so already 30 years of marriage had elapsed, and, there was no progeny. Still,
Yes,
still they don't have. Of course, now he must be very old.
yeah.
So 2 Saturn does not have any connections with 2 5. Husband's 11th cuspal sublord is also Saturn, which is also retrograde.
Okay.
Also retrograde. That part I have just put. Retrograde theory, although KP says that it is established, but that also has its problems. Sometimes, retrograde theory works, sometimes it does not work. So that is also not proven. But
Yeah.
this sublord theory, 2 5 11, if the sublord of the fifth cusp is not connected with 2 5 11, then there could be problem. And especially if it is connected with, sixth or seventh or the first or the fourth, then there are more problems. Okay.
Yep.
So this is one example.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, this was a natal chart. Okay, the question was progeny when. Okay, progeny when. Progeny when. Date of birth 17/2/1982 at 8:33 in a place called Siwan, Bihar. The chart, there's a girl's chart. Okay, and the ruling planets, I think this is the ruling planet at the time of judgment. 12 planets, 12, 2007, 10:05 a.m. Okay, the place. Question was asked by the parents of the girl on 12/3/2007. 12/3/2007 at 10:05 a.m. So the ruling planets are for 12/3/2000. That 3 is missed here. In the middle of the chart, you can see.
Yeah.
The time of judgment, I have noted down the ruling planets. Okay, this is a natal chart.
Yes,
but
sir.
time of judgment, I have noted down the ruling planets.
Yeah.
When the question was asked to me for analysis, question was asked by the parents of the girl on 12/3/2007 at 10:05 a.m. Okay, the dasha running was Venus Sun, which was to run up to 27/2/2008. Sun was not a ruling planet, so till this time, no progeny.
Okay.
Sun was not a ruling planet. I am using the ruling planets. So I have to see whether the dasha lords and ruling planets, I've told you earlier also, ruling planets, it's up to you. When you find them useful, you can use it. Okay, you can predict without ruling planets also.
Yes,
Here
sir.
I have used ruling planets.
Yes, sir.
The sun is not found as a ruling planet, and Antardasha of sun was to run up to 27/2/2008. Okay, I was analyzing in March 2007.
Yep.
Sun Antardasha was to run up to 27th February 2008. That is almost 1 year.
Yes, sir.
So since sun is not appearing as a ruling planet, so but sun is a significator of the second house. It is not denying progeny. Okay.
Yep.
It is favoring progeny. Okay. It is also signifying the second house. But since we are using ruling planets, it is not appearing as a ruling planet. So from till 1 year, I said that it is difficult. That the progeny is not promised till this time. At least till sun Antardasha is running, progeny may not be there. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Understood? Clear, no?
Yeah.
So sun was not a ruling planet. So till this time, no progeny. Progeny promise is there as K2. Fifth sublord signifies 11th.
Okay.
K2, fifth sublord is signifying 11th. So promise of childbirth is there. Okay. Next dasha was Venus Moon. After sun comes moon. Okay. Both RP and significator.
Yep.
Both are RPs as well as significator. Now, see how, what is Venus signifying? Venus is signifying 11th house.
Yep.
Okay. What
Yes,
is
sir.
moon signifying?
Fifth.
Moon is signifying 11th house. Both are
Mhm.
significators as well as they are RPs,
Yeah.
ruling planets. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next dasha was Venus moon, both RPs and
Yes, sir.
significators. Venus signifies 11th and moon signifies 5th, 11th at stellar level, as well as through its sublord Mercury. Participation of second house was missing. Participation was, I told you, it is not mandatory, but still we look for it because it is, if it is a legal, child to come, then second house plays a role. Okay.
Yeah.
So here I know, I know who I am consulting. Everything is in front of me. So second house is missing. Okay. Next was Venus, Moon, Mars, Pratyantar Dasha. Okay. From 18/4/2008 up to February 2008, we have already ruled out. Then
Yep.
we have taken Venus, Moon, Mahadasha and Antardasha. And in that now, next period was Venus, Moon, Mars from 18/4/2008 up to 23/5/2008. Mars signifies second and was an RP also.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. So it was, so now we have the combination that we are looking for.
Yes.
2, 5, 11.
11.
All three are ruling planets.
Yes.
So now you have to pinpoint the time. Okay. Mars signifies second and was an RP. It was predicted that conception could happen in this period, during this period. Okay.
Yep.
Venus, Moon, Mars, Mercury was falling on 8/5/2008. It was predicted that conception would be around this date, and warning was given that complications could be there because Ketu and Mars were appearing. Okay. Were appearing as significators. Okay. Were appearing. Prediction of both the date as well as complications proved to be correct.
Yes, sir.
This is a natal chart.
Yep. Wow.
Still a long way to go. We have to, I told that suppose you're not sure about the time of birth, then we'll talk about that. That will also appear, Then for the, you don't have to rectify that is a long process. You need not rectify, you need not rectify the time of birth every time.
Yes,
You
sir.
need not rectify it. There are shortcut methods also of seeing, whether for that particular question, whether this chart can be taken as correct or not. Okay. So that see now here, if you take the ruling planets, then we are what are we judging? We are judging progeny. Okay. So for the ruling planets, when when you are judging, if one of the main cusp this main cusp is the fifth cusp. Okay. If Moon, Saturn or Ketu, either one of them appears in the ruling planets. Okay. Then you can take this horoscope as correct for the limited purpose of judging, analyzing progeny which has come to you. You are not judging the entire life. Okay. So Moon here, Moon, fifth cusp, Rashi Lord is Moon in the birth chart, and Moon is appearing twice in the ruling planets. So for the limited purpose of analyzing this chart for progeny purpose, this chart can be treated as correct, and you can go ahead with your prediction.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If none of the fifth cusp combinations, coordinates, Moon, Saturn and Ketu, they appear in the ruling planets, then you can say no, maybe there's something wrong with the time of birth. Okay. So that's how you go about it.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so I think you must have got the hang of it.
Yep. I see the idea. It got the main concept. So. Good.
Let me see if I have any more. Okay, now this is denial of childbirth and role of retrograde planets. This is 2. Okay,
Yes,
I
sir.
picked up the role of retrograde planets also. Rules for childbirth. Okay, yeah. Say, yeah. When it comes to in KP, in other topics, retrograde planets, they have not been proven to be always correct. But for the topic of progeny, retrograde planets do play a very vital role. Okay.
Okay.
So denial of childbirth, in that we saw that Saturn was retrograde. One example that we saw. Okay. Now denial of childbirth and role of retrograde planets. Now print rotated chart. This chart has been rotated. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Rules for childbirth. The 7th cusp has been taken as the first cusp. Okay. So rules for childbirth, 5th cusp should not be retrograde, should not be a retrograde planet. If you study KP, rules for childbirth are 5th cuspal sublord should not be a retrograde planet. 5th cuspal sublord should not be deposited in the star of a retrograde planet. This is KP's rules. 5th cuspal sublord should signify either 2 or 5 or 11. So number 1, it should not be retrograde. It should not be in the star of a retrograde planet, and it should be signifying either 2, 5 or 11. All these combinations, all these conditions have to be fulfilled for childbirth to take place. If any of these 3 conditions is not fulfilled, the person is incapable of childbirth. Okay. Now here in sublord of the 5th house is Venus, which is retrograde. Hence, condition number 1 is not fulfilled. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Venus does not signify 2, 5, or 11. In fact, Venus signifies the denial 4th house and the 8th house. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sublord of Venus is Sun, which also does not signify 2, 5, 11. Okay. Maybe your 5th cusp is not signifying. But the sublord of the sublord is Sun, which does not signify 2, 5, 11. Okay. In fact, Sun signifies 4th, the denial house. So no issue even after 11 years of marriage. This is my friend's horoscope. He is also an astrologer. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This we have discussed in Vedic. Okay, now we come to the husband's horary chart.
Yes, sir.
Husband's horary chart. This was also, I think, a horary chart. 11th cuspal sublord Venus is retrograde. Venus does not signify 2, 5, 11, both directly or through its sublord Sun. Progeny denied. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, I think it must be pretty clear today. Today's class.
Yep.
I don't think I have any more examples to share. I think next time I'll see. I have it noted somewhere.
Yes,
The same chart through Vedic as well as through. Oh no, This is not the one.
Okay, sir.
So I think that's all that I have for today, Peter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't have any
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
Last time we still skip this topic, sir.
Yeah. I'll take it up. I'll take it
Yeah.
up. I have been actually very, very, very busy. Okay.
Yep.
So I have
Okay,
not been
sir.
able to, even some of the consultations that have come to me, I charge something from them and then I don't get the time. I've had to return their money also.
Yeah,
So I've
sir.
been
Okay.
so busy. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay.
And tomorrow, actually, I have written that message.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I'm going out for
Yeah.
4 days. Okay. So
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be back on 19th.
Okay, sir.
So 19th is a Wednesday. So
Okay,
we'll
sir.
meet on Friday.
Friday.
So
Yep.
this Tuesday we can't meet. We won't
Yeah.
meet. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll meet on Friday.
Okay, sir. So
Okay
see
then,
you on
Peter.
Friday. Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Okay then.
Namaste,
Bye-bye.
sir.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye. Hmm.